Hey everyone, welcome back to Tan's Top 10 Show. Today's video, we're going to be counting down my top 10 Fast and Furious movies of all time. With F9 just released in theaters this past weekend, I was able to see it Saturday, and I was going to have this video out earlier, but I really wanted to sit and marinate with just seeing the movie. I didn't want to make this video right after seeing it. I really wanted to think about the movie and kind of like what my thoughts were about it. So making the video now, and since there are only 10 movies in this franchise, there will be no honorable mentions. So coming in at number 10, unfortunately, is the new one, F9. I was really looking forward to this movie. You're getting Justin Lin back as the director. He's directed the most movies in this franchise, directed some of the best, which you will see a lot higher on this list. And I was just really excited to be back in the theater after this whole pandemic thing. I just really wanted an awesome movie, and I was pretty disappointed with this. First of all, I'm going to go with some of my negatives, and then I'll talk about some things that I did like about it. First of all, this movie is way too long. It is almost 2.5 hours long. Why is a Fast and Furious movie 2.5 hours long? It could have been trimmed down to 2 hours. It would have been fine. A lot of people are complaining about the fact that they go too over the top with the stunts in this movie. I didn't think they. I mean, I was expecting they'd do stupid shit. So, spoilers. You saw the trailer. They go to space. I didn't really think it was super over the top compared to the rest of the franchise. It didn't take that leap for me, but I thought a lot of the characters in this kind of sucked. The villains, John Cena wasn't really that great of a villain. Spoilers again. At the end, you kind of figure he's going to turn good, so it wasn't shocking when that happened. The other villain, the rich guy, I don't even remember his name. That guy sucked. Holy shit, that guy was bad. His conversation with Charlize Theron, where they're doing like a whole 2 minute conversation about Star Wars characters and how this guy's the Luke Skywalker. I was like, this is terrible even for a Fast and Furious movie. This is terrible dialogue. Oh my god. And I didn't really think any of the action and the stunts were all that great. There was some cool stuff. Magnets were fine. I didn't really think it was anything special compared to what they did in previous movies. Honestly, I was pretty let down by this movie. Some positives. It was awesome just seeing all these characters back together in a movie. Han being back was awesome, except the way he was brought back kind of sucked. Didn't really make any sense. The girl that Han was with, that he was looking over, the the MacGuffin of the film, she was pretty much useless in the movie. I don't know. If I ever go through and rewatch all these movies again, I'm pretty much gonna dread looking or watching this one again. So unfortunately, New Kid on the Block F9 is at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is the one that features like none of the main characters in this franchise, Tokyo Drift. So I actually have a lot of nostalgia for this movie. I watched it quite a bit when I was younger. My brother and I were big fans of this franchise, and my parents got divorced when I was in second grade. So my mom's boyfriend had all the Fast and Furious movies on DVD, and I was like so shocked that there was a new one coming out, Tokyo Drift, and I watched it, and I'm like, there's none of the character. Where Dom? Where's Brian? Where's Letty? Where are all these characters? And I still enjoyed the movie. I really, really love the introduction of Han. Han is awesome. He's one of my favorite characters in this franchise. Sucks that they kill him off in this movie. Not the biggest fan of the Lucas Black character, Sean. Lucas Black is a pretty stale actor, and he just wasn't that intriguing as a main character. But I thought the Tokyo setting was awesome. The drifting, all the racing scenes are awesome in this movie. Just I kind of missed that family element with all the characters that are in this franchise. This movie, besides a cameo at the end from Vin Diesel, has none of them. So Tokyo Drift, it's not bad, but it's coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is the spin-off to this series, Hobbs and Shaw. I was really looking forward to this movie. I just wanted a big, dumb, stupid action movie with amazing stunts. You can hear my dog sniffing. With amazing stunts, just some big action scenes, and I just wanted some awesome chemistry between The Rock and Jason Statham. And for the most part, I got that. I'm going to have the same complaint with this movie that I do with F9. It's way too long. This movie is over 2 hours long. Um, it doesn't need to be. If this was the 2 hour movie or a little less, that'd be awesome. There's a lot of fat in this movie that could be trimmed. Another thing that really bugs me about this movie is the cameos between Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart. I'm kind of over the whole Ryan Reynolds shtick. Like his humor in this movie, with him talking about Game of Thrones in the final season, I was just like, dude, this is not funny. Like Ryan Reynolds, you're awesome as Deadpool, but this kind of humor does not belong in this movie. Kevin Hart, I didn't really like him in this movie either. Some of the positives, I loved Idris Elba as the villain. I just had a blast with him. He's always amazing. The chemistry between Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Jason Statham, fantastic. There's a lot of good humor between them, and the fight scenes are awesome. I also love Vanessa Kirby in this movie. I thought she was really good addition to this franchise, and I hope we get a lot more of her and these other characters sometime later in this franchise. But I don't know. It for a big dumb fun movie. It was big, it was dumb, it was way too long, but it was still pretty fun, and I could see myself at least rewatching this every now and then. So Hobbs and Shaw is coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is going to be Fate of the Furious. Now, I actually really enjoyed this movie, seeing it in theaters. Shockingly, I actually enjoyed seeing this one in theaters more than I enjoyed Furious 7 in theaters. But upon rewatch, this one kind of dipped down a little bit, and Furious 7, as you can see, is obviously a little higher in this list. Um, Fate of the Furious, it was a lot of fun. I loved seeing The Rock and Jason Statham back together. That prison fight scene, just so much damn fun. Vin Diesel being turned kind of like as the bad guy, Dom being turned as the bad guy, I thought was pretty interesting, and I was kind of curious to see what the reason why him turning was. And it was a little predictable, but I still enjoyed it. And this one actually had some balls to kill off at least one character in Elena. That was pretty shocking. Where this movie does kind of fall flat for me is Charlize Theron as the villain. I don't really think she's that menacing. I wish she did a little bit more. She's brought back in F9 and does even less in that movie. But I still have a lot of fun with this film. The final battle on the ice. I've always wanted to see cars racing on ice, and that was a lot of fun to see. And what the hell? The guy from Game of Thrones, the big red beard guy. I can't think of his name right now. He was a pretty cool henchman. I liked him as well. So, Fate of the Furious. I can rewatch this one, have a good time with it, but it's definitely lower on the list. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Too Fast, Too Furious. I have so much damn nostalgia for this movie. I watched this film all the time when I was younger with my brother. This one is actually a lot of fun. John Singleton directed it. Rest in peace. He was awesome. This is the introduction of the Tyrese or Roman Pierce character, played by Tyrese. This is also the introduction of Ludacris's character, Tej. Tej, yeah. So that's a big staple in this film, and I just like the chemistry between Paul Walker and Tyrese. I think they have a lot of funny banter back and forth. I love I think this takes place in Miami or like Florida. A lot of fun. I love that location. They really use it well. The racing scenes are pretty awesome, and I actually don't mind Cole Hauser as the villain. I think he's a lot of fun, especially we got the rat in the stomach scene. That was pretty scary as a little kid to see, but it's a lot of fun. Doesn't take itself too seriously, and Eva Mendes as well. Pretty good. Coming in at number 5 is the original The Fast and the Furious. This is probably the one I've seen the most out of all these movies. Like I've said before, I've watched this all the time with my brother. We are big fans of this movie. Just watched it a shit ton. This is basically my introduction to Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, all these actors. This movie is just really nostalgic for me. It's a lot of fun. Negatives: the villain Johnny Tran, not the best villain. The plot kind of meanders here and there, but this really establishes the family element. With Dom telling Brian about his dad and everything. That's a really sweet scene, and it's crazy to watch this movie now and think of where this franchise is, 9 movies later. But it's always nice to go back here and just see the small scale. These guys are just stealing DVD players, I think. Cheapers. That's another thing that's aged badly in this movie, but it's just a lot of fun to revisit this film. So OG coming in at number 5, halfway. Coming in at number 4, I think is the most underrated film in this franchise, and that's Fast and Furious, the fourth one. I have a total blast with this movie. This is Justin Lin's second directing job in this franchise, and I think he does a great job setting up everything that he's going to do in Fast 5 and Fast and Furious 6 in this film. A lot of people say Fast 5 is kind of like the film that rejuvenated this franchise, and I think this is a perfect setup for that. I think the action scenes in this are really, really good, especially that opening scene with the tanker. Whew, still kicks ass. It's probably the darkest movie in this franchise as well, with Letty being murdered. Um, or Dom is like on just a war path. This movie looks pissed off as hell. I love his fight scene with Brian in the house. That was pretty cool. And just a lot of the action scenes, the race between Dom, Brian, and all those guys, that's a lot of fun. My only negative, the villain, pretty lackluster. I think the ending battle chase scene or whatever through the mountains, it's a little hard to see what's going on, but I just have a total blast with this movie. I watch it all the time, and I kind of want to rewatch this one pretty much like right now, right after this video is done. So, Fast and Furious, number 4, I think is the most underrated movie in this franchise, and it's here at number 4. Now, number 3 and number 2 could pretty much flip flop anytime I watch them. If I watch one, it could go into number 2 or 3. If I watch the other, these two could flip around. But coming in at Cheapers, my dogs. Coming in at number 3 is Fast and Furious 6. I had such a blast watching this movie in theaters. I was like a junior in high school when I saw this. I was a big fan of this franchise. Fast 5 just came out a couple years before, knocked it out of the park. This movie pretty much followed up pretty damn well. Wasn't as good, but goddamn was this such a blast. You got the team teaming up with The Rock. That was a lot of fun. I think Luke Evans is actually a pretty underrated villain. I think he's probably one of the better villains in this franchise. The action scenes are all amazing. You got a lot of cool fight scenes. The tank fight towards the middle of the movie, so much damn fun. And even the end fight or battle climax, whatever you want to call it, on the 100-mile runway, so much damn fun. This is another one that I like to rewatch pretty often. It's just a total blast. All the stunt work, all the practical effects, it all looks really great. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of negatives with this movie. The Gina Carano character, a little weird. Other than that, this movie is just a total blast. So Fast and Furious 6 coming in at number 3. All right, coming in at number 2 is going to be Furious 7. I was so damn hyped for this movie to come out. I really loved pretty much all the movies leading up to this. We had a new director with James Wan coming in. He did a lot of horror movies before this, so I was really curious to see what he would do with a big action blockbuster movie like this. And then unfortunately we had the passing of Paul Walker, which really hit me. I was a big fan of this franchise growing up. Paul Walker was one of my favorite characters in this franchise, so it really hit me when he passed away, but I was looking forward to see how they would handle the characterization of Brian in this movie, and I think they knocked it out of the park so damn well. The CGI, here and there you can see it, doesn't take me out of the movie. They did the best they could, and obviously the ending of this movie is just a gut punch of emotions. They pulled it off so damn well. Props to James Wan for just coming into this franchise and sticking the landing with that. But the rest of the movie, the action scenes, holy shit, the action in this movie. This is the one that pushed it just almost to the edge over the cliff for me with how big the stunts were, how unrealistic everything was. But still a whole lot of damn fun. And it's all filmed really well. Like, it all looks great, especially when they're driving down that mountain. Whew. And of course, driving through the buildings in Dubai. Dubai? Yeah, sure. That's incredible. Honestly, my biggest negative with this movie is the Jaimin Hansu character, the villain, or the secondary villain. I think he was kind of weird, didn't really do much in this movie. And the final battle in LA wasn't anything special. I think the previous action scenes in the movie were all a lot better, but it's fine. The real ending of this movie is the beach scene and the farewell to Brian's character. I think they pulled it off masterfully, and Furious 7 has definitely aged a lot better with each rewatch, and I think it'll get even better with each rewatch. But it's coming in at number 2. But of course, coming in at number 1, pretty much everyone's number 1 in this franchise, I'd say. Fast 5. This movie is so damn good. Like, who saw this movie come? Who saw this coming in this franchise? The 5th movie being this damn good. I mean, I was so excited for this movie. I would have been like a freshman in high school, and I remember going to see it with my girlfriend at the time and some of my buddies. We were all so damn hyped for this movie. Oh my god, I was so flippin' satisfied with this movie. Everything that they showed in the trailer, I was like, this is going to be the greatest movie of all time. And when I saw it, that's what I thought. I was like, nothing can ever beat this. I took my dad to go see it with me and my brother like a couple days later. They both liked it a lot. This is just the perfect, big, fun action movie. It's got all the characters. It brings all the characters together, which is a lot of fun seeing their camaraderie. Wow. You got Tyrese and Ludacris with their comedy back and forth. The introduction of The Rock. Holy shit, that was awesome. Who saw that coming? His fight scene with Vin Diesel. I was like, I saw that in the trailer. I was like, oh my god, that looks so amazing. And it paid off in the movie. Holy shit, that fight scene. One of my favorite fights in cinema. I love it. And all the action in this movie is filmed so damn well. It looks so great. Like, you don't see any CGI, especially at the end with the bank vault and they're dragging it behind the 2 cars. You would think that would look pretty computerized. It all looks so damn real because pretty much it all was. Justin Lin came back or was the director of this, and he said he didn't want to use like any CGI, so they were really destroying those cars in those action scenes. Holy shit, this movie is just a total blast. I might go watch it right after I'm done editing this video. I love this movie. I could rewatch it all the time. And I remember going to the store the day this movie came out and buying it on Blu-ray. Went home, popped it in the Blu-ray player, watched it. Right when it ended, I instantly rewound it and watched it again. Two watches in one sitting. That's how much I loved this movie growing up. It still holds up. It's a lot of fun. My only negative with the movie is the villain. Not the best. Other than that, this movie is so much damn fun and is the top of the mountain for this franchise. And I don't really know if they'll ever be able to top it, honestly. So Fast 5 is my number 1. Well, guys, that's my top 10 Fast and Furious movies. Share down below your ranking for this franchise. There's 10 movies, so you're not going to have any honorable mentions, but I'm sure we're all going to have some different rankings. This franchise has a lot of ups, not so many downs. It's pretty solid franchise, so I'm sure we're all going to have something different, but it's just share down below. Let's be nice to each other, and please like, share this video, comment below, and we'll see you guys next time.